Welcome to. This is Thanksgiving week. When you're seeing or hearing this is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, kids.
Yeah, Mike's away.
I'm away.
I'm here.
At Formula One. That shit's going crazy, like in multiple ways. So, the show went bananas in the pandemic.
Yeah,
So now they think Formula One's going to be hot in America.
yeah.
I think they did one, maybe Florida, for sure in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had some success, maybe two. Then they did this one in Vegas, and they're going to do it on the Strip. I don't know how much money they spent. Trillions of dollars fucking repaving the thing.
Yeah.
They built a whole stands around the whole Strip.
Yeah.
I saw it being built last month. Then prices skyrocketed. They like doubled. Over the last couple weeks, there's still regular tickets for sale. And the resale tickets have like got cut in half of the retail. Crazy cheap.
Interesting.
But like the rich cats are still coming. Vegas had to like manage all their small like executive airports with their international airport because they're going to have more private jets than they've ever had in Vegas in one weekend and make sure they have enough fuel for all of them and like landing for all of them and parking for all of them.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, because I imagine, oh shit, there's a spider floating right in between me and Seabass.
Oh no.
Get it, Seabass. Save me. Do you see it? That dude's creeping. I thought it was just dust at first, and this dude is just swanging from the sky. So yeah, like I got such mixed reviews on
there it is. I see it.
what's going to happen because I'm flying in. Oh shit, did you get it?
Yeah, he got it.
I'm flying in the day before, but then I heard tickets are like $200. So I was like, shit, maybe I go. I've had friends that go. One of our members went in Europe, said it was amazing. Mike Sean's older brother, my best friend, said he went. I think in Europe, and he said it was fucking sick.
My late best friend was turned into a huge Formula One fan in the last maybe 6 or 7 years of his life. He went to these things. I never went with him. I never could make it work.
You're only
out.
Europe, right?
Yeah,
Before this.
essentially, yeah.
And then, so I'm like, shit, do I go just for the experience? Probably not, but the thought is there. Other thought is I went to our brand new, we're trying to build like our entertainment here in Sacramento, right? So we have a brand new stadium that's 5 years old now? 6?
Something like that, yeah.
Pretty new for the league, all teched out, cool, whatever. If you guys watch basketball, to light the beam building and all that. A big hotel next to it, restaurants, et cetera, et cetera. It used to be a downtown outdoor mall that then didn't get so nice, and now they're trying to make nice again.
Yeah.
And then it leads into kind of our entertainment district, which is our K Street, which needs some work, but it's on the come up for sure. But there's a brand new sports bar, Tom Sports Bar.
The Watch Bar?
Watch Bar.
Yeah, yeah.
For some reason on Instagram, like people are just better at marketing than they are at business, I think. No offense, Tom. But like when they post this stuff, I'm like, dude, who's Tom? Right? Because he has his name on the thing. So I was like, Tom's got to be somebody.
Right.
And then he's posting pictures of himself, and I see him in our news and stuff, and he looks kind of like a character. You know,
Yeah.
He looks like the cartoon version of the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland, but tall. You know, he's got like crazy gray hair, kind of, in a suit. Good-looking cat, you know, but kind of different looking, you know, like he stands out. I was like, oh, this guy's got to be like somebody. And so we went and watched the Kings game because a bunch of my buddies are in town for the holidays that I haven't seen in forever. And so we would go and watch the Kings game. And it's cool. It is a cool bar. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's cool. It's clean, flashy. All the TVs are nice. The food was pretty good. Service was great. But it's like not that big. And there's nothing like real, you know, there's a shit ton of TVs, but you can kind of get that anywhere. Like, I feel that's the norm now. You go to the barbecue spot right there, bunch of TVs.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I thought Instagram, I was like, oh, this is going to be like a whole new experience. You know, I thought it was like kind of a new shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool, but it's not.
It's not.
Maybe
it's not the sphere. Is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. I don't know why I thought something along those lines. Not the sphere
You
itself.
thought to be a giant hologram floating above of the bar, showing you the game.
I think that just like cool shit is so cool now. Like even Christian Guzman at Alpha Land has a hologram of his clothing when you walk in. You know, like so like I know what's possible. Tupac fucking did a hologram 15 years ago at Coachella. Like there's cool shit to be done. The sphere is insane. Like people are calling it the fucking 11th wonder and shit. Like they say Elon Musk said it's the best show he's ever been to. And I don't know about his taste, but he's rich as shit to go do a lot of things.
Kind of feel like I know a little bit about his taste, but still.
But either way, if you're that rich, you've experienced anything you've wanted to experience.
Right.
Right? And so if you're saying it's good, it's probably cool.
Yeah, you've kind of you've had the opportunity to suck the marrow, so to speak.
Literal and not. Yeah,
Yeah.
he said he went to saw U2 and the animal show they have going on.
Yeah.
And he said, he's like, U2 could have not been there, and it was still just as sick. He's like, no offense to them. Like, they're great. He's like, their music's great. He's
But
like,
the fact that it's a live performance is really not the most important part of it, maybe.
no, he said the visuals are going crazy. And so, not that I expected the sports bar to live up to that,
Yeah.
but I just thought it would have like a new twist.
Yeah, and it just turns out it's a sports bar that happens to be right next to the arena.
Yeah, with a bunch of TVs and some big-ass ones. One, you know how they'll take like 4 65ers, put them next to each other and make one image?
Yeah.
So they do that on one wall, which is cool. But then one wall actually is probably like a 200-inch TV, or something fucking massive.
Here's what I would want out of that experience if they were going to do it. I would make an arrangement with the broadcast team, and I would have all the cameras running
That would be cool.
at the same time.
Yeah, if you could choose one game and get a billion angles that are not the ESPN one,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
I understand that I was listening to Dave Chang talk about this the other day. He had the opportunity to, and no one really understands exactly why, but he was invited to the Apple event where they showed the virtual reality goggles to like influencers and industry people and stuff like that to get them all excited about it. And he said that they can already give you the front row NBA experience.
Yeah, I believe it.
They have the technology to record that. Somebody literally sits there and has a bunch of cameras, and they can make you feel like you're in the moment.
Yeah, I believe it. I bet it's good too. I saw Jeff Staple, who was a OG in the streetwear design game. He was wearing them. He got a pair somehow, and he was just showing different shit he could fuck around with it. Even him just fucking around looks so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was taking pictures. He was kind of vlogging. He was kind of messing around. I was like, dude. Even in the pandemic, right, when they were running some of the NBA games or NFL games, they like hologrammed or visually put in like celebrities sitting in the stands when the stands are empty. Like they can do all this cool shit.
Yeah.
And they're getting better, right? Like probably in the last 4 years. Because obviously like capability and then application are different. I've never run a broadcast that big, so who am I to talk shit? But the UFC's cameras in between the fights, like in the corners and shit, I don't know what they switched, but you've seen them. Like they look they're not 3D, but it's like the craziest shit I've ever seen. It got this Matrix vibe to it. The NFL use them here and there, I think, on the sidelines.
Major League Baseball used some amazing cameras on the field, not for showing play-by-play, but for showing players walking up to the plate.
Yeah, some expressions in between.
Yeah, and like coming into score, and then immediately, like on field, immediately after a win or a loss or whatever, up close, so crisp, you feel like you're right there.
Yeah, like the skin texture and shit is wild. It almost looks CGI because it's so like pure.
Yeah, the image close to you is pure, and the bokeh at the back of it, it's blurred behind them, and so it just seems very like real and present.
You've seen like often I think in Japan and like Korea, but I think they have them in New York, and I know there's a exhibition going to Vegas that my mom wants to go to. We're gonna try to go to, but it's like the giant billboards or posters that turn 3D, right? Where it's on like a corner of a building and a cat's throwing a yarn at you or something and its arms coming out. And that looks insane on a fucking 3-inch phone.
Right.
In person, that probably looks crazy. Like, how do we not integrate that more into entertainment, whether it be sports or concerts?
Yeah, the augmented reality.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But yeah, without any device.
Without a device.
Yeah, which is crazy. Because augmented stuff, once you get the Google glasses, you literally are going to be Iron Man. I'm going to be able to like look at Sebas and like see his heart rate in my glasses. It's going to be like that. And there's like no reason it won't. It'll be crazy. Yeah, I'll be able to like see the temperature of the room. If I look to the left, I'll be able to see like cars' speed as they drive by. It'll tell me how fast they're going. Like all that's so probably doable today.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not the same thing, and it's a little bit gross, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. Recently had a different HVAC system, a mini split installed in our like bedroom master suite. I guess we don't say master anymore, but you know what I mean. Primary suite.
Yeah, big boy room.
The big boy room, yeah. And the old system was really old. It was like 40 years old, and we hadn't used it in several years and whatever. And so there's all this ducting, right? And mini splits don't have ducts. And so I have like dead space in my walls that I will not ever use for its original purpose anymore.
Yeah. Just to hide money.
Yeah. So I want to have like a linen closet installed in one spot in the bedroom, because there isn't one in the whole house.
Yeah.
And like, where do you put towels and stuff like that, right? Toilet paper. Like toilet paper, like there are pockets of toilet paper around my house, but none of them are where they should be. Anyway, so I thought, can I look inside the walls and see if it's clear in there to be able to like do stuff? And $35 on Amazon, I got one of those fiber optic cameras.
Oh yeah.
You can just like stick in the wall.
Perv cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pervert cam.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it's got maybe like 15, 20 feet of fiber optic, and with it got lights on the end of it.
Does it kind of look like a toilet snake, kind of?
Yeah,
like
just
a short one.
Yeah, and smaller.
Yeah.
Just smaller. But other than that, kind of like that.
Shove it up your butt, shove it up your nose, see what the hell's going on.
$35. I was like, my God,
that's pretty
this
good.
is amazing. So, I looked inside the walls right there, and the part of the town that I live in, and probably the part of town that you live in too, we're like relatively close to the river and stuff, and
I got train and river pretty close.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of Norwegian roof rats in the neighborhood, and particularly my neighborhood is very bad. It's hard to keep them like out of your attic or whatever. And we have heard noises like coming through that particular wall before, and then in the ceiling in that part of the house. And you can't really hear it in the other parts of the house, but you can right there. And so I stick this thing in there. And initially it's not too bad.
Do you get a live stream, or you have to record?
Yeah, it's live. It's totally live. Yeah, totally live. You could. I don't have a mini SD card for it, but I could actually take pictures on. I actually just like held it up and did it with my phone. Poop, like not small poop. I'm not talking about mouse poop. There was rat poop, and then there was like bigger poop. Oh. There was like cat-sized poop.
Yeah, so maybe squirrels.
Or cats.
Interesting.
Like,
yeah, because there's probably loose cats everywhere. I mean, every city there's gonna be cats running around too.
Yeah, so there's a whole project they'll have to wait till early next year to tear all that stuff out and clean that out.
Do cats like to get into walls and shit?
They will.
Yeah. I feel like I mean that sucks, but I feel it's so common everywhere but California. Like it happens here.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Aunt Peggy. Like, the joke of my whole life, because my dad has 6 sisters, that she's my favorite aunt. I don't know where that happened. I think I was a kid and I said it, and then all the other aunts got mad, and then it carried on forever.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, and she was like the one that was really into sports, so she'd take me and dad to like, because that family was pretty broke. Like dad shared a room with her his whole life. You know, there's fucking 8 kids. And my grandpa was a trucker, and my grandma didn't work, so like they were really close. Whatever. Poor Aunt Peggy like hates animals, like all animals, like fucking dogs, cats. She hates it all. It's kind of an Ohio thing too, and I think even like an Italian thing, just like fuck these critters. Because my dad was a little bit like that sometimes. Of all the aunts, her entire house, she had like 50 squirrels in it. And first they're like in the roof, then they're in the walls, and then she'd be like opening the oven and shit, and they're just like everywhere. So she just like moved out. Luckily she had like a boyfriend, and she ended up living there, and she lives there now and sold her house. But like this was like maybe 10 years ago, but it was just like such a family joke because of everyone who hates shit. They're like running across the fucking living room and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Oh my God.
I know. Like, you can't do anything. You just need like, I think they got to like bag it up and like kill them all.
I would be so skeeved out by that.
So funny.
I mean, our experience was bad enough, but we couldn't fucking see the things running around.
Yeah. You just see a little. I mean, that was the same with opening the gym, right? Like the gym had been sitting here for a couple months, and like the gym's very close to the river. First day, I think we get the keys. A rat starts screaming across the empty cement. We're like, oh shit, here we go. You know?
Yeah, and the room that we're in right now was absolutely a rat's nest, and had been for everywhere. A very long time, even back in the old ST days. And I don't know how we did not know that was so bad. We didn't know.
Yeah, because we didn't break down the walls. You break down the walls, and there's like a little fucking mummified rat and some
And
insulation.
A lot of poo in the insulation.
Yeah, everywhere. And then I think, we're breaking back out. Even Seabass, too, because when it gets hot back here, we'll open up the back door. And I was like, bro, I saw a lizard run in here one time. We got to close this fucking back door, dude. We're going to have a zoo in here again.
Next year, I'm going to get some kind of a screen situation where it's possible for it to be open.
We've been pretty good, though. You know, I think we sealed it pretty good when we did do it.
Yeah.
When we did rip the walls, because we haven't had a lot of, like, fucking...
No, we haven't
issues in the entire gym. Obviously spiders and shit, but it's a warehouse gym. You got to just deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, there's going to be spiders. Yeah. I mean, everywhere has spiders.
Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, we're pretty good actually, considering. I thought there'd be like, because even in Sacramento, I feel like maybe it happens other places, obviously, but rain comes and then everyone gets ants in their house, right? Like my mom would always yell at me for leaving, some kind of snack on the counter because it rains and then the ants are going to find it, and you find the trail. And then I remember growing up with a bunch of that shit. We haven't had anything like that here, really. Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. Or just secure.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I feel like I should have mentioned this earlier, but like when you were listening to us or watching us, our drops already happened, yeah?
Yeah, we're live. 3sb.co, Black Friday, up to 40% off all our classics. Check that out. And our brand new collection has dropped. So the Sierra collection, our biggest, best collection yet, is live. Check it out. Hopefully things are still in stock, and if they're not, I'm sorry. And if they are, grab them now because the sale is going to go on for about 2 weeks, and after that, we'll probably be empty and shelfless and itemless. So grab your stuff, goodcompanyapparel.com, 3sb.co, same website. Check it out, Good Company Apparel. Yeah, and happy Thanksgiving.
What I'm wearing right now is, I think, one of my favorite things we've ever done.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Quarter zip.
Pretty good. Pretty comfy.
Fleece.
Super windproof, which was semi-planned but not planned. But first found out by Kyle because he was wearing it a couple weeks ago, and weather's gotten a little chillier. We had a couple rains. And he's like, dude, like the inside of this thing, like the wind just won't penetrate it. Because like even hoodies, like they're warm.
Oh, yeah.
But the wind's like, I've been riding my bike back and forth, so I'll get a little sweat in here, and then I'll wear a hoodie home. But the wind feels like daggers because I got a little bit of cold sweat on the inside.
Right.
And a hoodie keeps you warm, but it's breathable as shit. And this thing's not to say it's not breathable, but it like blocks wind really good.
Yeah, it really does. It's I hadn't really noticed that it was that the lining was the lining's pretty thick. Yeah, that's I think pretty uncommon because we did fleece before. It was not a fleecy fleece. It was a
somewhere in betweeny.
Yeah, somewhere between, and it was although I still love it, it isn't as thick as this. Isn't as substantial.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Also, it may already be too late, but the Goodie Bear mugs, man.
Yeah, if you're probably too late to get a free one, but you check them out. They're for sale now, or they will be next week. So
they will be by the time this goes up.
Yeah, coffee mugs.
It's a
hoodies, beanies,
3D representation of Goodie Bear for the very first time.
Yeah, I didn't know how common it is because I don't really I've never been like a collector. I was really into basketball cards, and then the Beanie Baby craze. Like some of the stuff I just fell into because of my era. But I have slowly collected coffee mugs, and I think that's fairly common. Like we just sent some of our athlete packages out, and I've been talking to people, and someone sent me their like cupboard, and they have a bunch of like nerdy ones, and then ours, like a Harry Potter one and shit. And I thought that was cool, so I sent them mine because I have like hella Star Wars ones.
Yeah, I know you have a Yoda one that I've seen a bunch.
What I really like though is like, and that's where I obviously got the inspiration. Is like Disney and other companies probably do it, but Disney like changes the actual cup. It's not just a picture. Like a picture on a cup's cool, and there's some cool ones. But I like it when the mug itself is representative of the design or representative of the. Yeah, so I have one that's like a straight Yoda head, and the handle's its ears. Or I have a Harry Potter one where the handle is a lightning bolt, and then it like I think it says like Expelliarmus when it gets hot, and then it says something else when it's cold.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, shit like that. So that was kind of the idea behind this one, to make like the actual bear into one, a 3D image, which we haven't done.
Yeah.
And then two, to be an actual manually made bear that's ours, rather than, no offense to everyone else, but they'll just buy a cup and put their logo on it.
Yeah. Which is the easy thing to do.
Right, which is great. And there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
We're just better.
Yeah, just know
that
it's going to be better.
We just work a little harder. We just go a little deeper.
3sb.co, goodcompanyapparel.com. We're going to take a little break right here. And we're back.
Santa's wish list.
Santa's wish list. Yeah, I'm expanding on last week's episode. We introduced a segment called 3 Things, and we're adapting 3 things this week for 3 like Christmas wishes for the world. Three gift ideas for the world.
My beauty pageant question debut.
Yes, exactly.
Isn't that the thing? They say like, what would you have one wish, Miss Denver? What would you say? Or what would you fix?
Yeah. Exactly.
I wonder if that's real or if that's just like a movie representation.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's maybe, I don't know. I haven't watched one of those in probably 25 years or more.
It's like Miss Congeniality, right? Like that's what made fun of it all. And she's like, oh, world peace. And they all say world peace. They all say world peace.
Except for the ones that say world peace.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd want. So what do we got? We got a world?
For the world.
For the people, for the good company.
Yeah, for the world.
Yeah.
For
fitness industry.
Fitness industry. And then the third one, we'll make that a wild card.
Yeah. So just a wish, any wish.
A wish.
Like an Aladdin fucking genie wish.
And no politics. Because 2024 is going to be a charged political year, and we're just not going to go there.
For the world, I would like to give, for the people, more confidence. I think lack of self-confidence is something we all deal with. I think we all deal with it in different shapes and sizes. But I think that is a large stem or root of any issue we have ever. Because if you're truly like grateful and truly like happy with what you have, this is going to sound all corny and shit, but I think it's very true. And I just don't know how to say it without sounding corny. Like if you're truly happy with who you are, and what you're about, 1, you're always in good company because you're literally stoked. 2, like you're just never going to wish ill upon anyone else. Right? And so that's like my answer, I guess, to world peace. Rather than being Miss Congeniality, just saying world peace with no answer, I think if we could truly magical wand everyone with a little extra self-confidence, then you're just never going to envy, attack, or try to take from others because you'd be satisfied and probably more grateful with what you have-ish.
Yeah, I think that a big lesson there is that other people winning doesn't necessarily mean you lose.
Right. And if you're confident, you see that. But if you're not, you're going to be like, damn, why not me? Why him? And,
right.
And then you're going to find some snaky way, likely, not a good way, to then take that or get that. Chances are you do that, some people, sure, will do it in a moral way. Like, all right. But it should be, and again, it sounds corny, but it's just so true. That should be like a motivator for you to work harder and find your path rather than, envy.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah. I like that one. That's a good one.
You got a world wish?
Yeah, my world wish is kind of a practical, technological one. And that is, I wish that we were putting the best technology that we have available and the best effort that we have available and a reasonable amount more funding into our electrical charging network.
Yeah,
for electric
cars.
Like
the grid and
shit.
Because
I personally would like my car's coming up on 100,000 miles or whatever, and cars go a lot longer now than they used to.
Sure.
But it'll be 10 years old next year, and there's a point at which I'm going to want to switch to an EV.
Yeah.
But I do not want to have range anxiety, and I don't want to be like people who have electric cars right now, unless you're charging at home. You're charging out on the road someplace, the chances that your charging station is going to have all the chargers up and available to give you the fastest charge, or work out the credit card processing, that's a problem, whatever, all that stuff.
Yeah, you got to charge at home.
I don't want to deal with that. If I want to be able to take a reasonably long road trip, and not have to worry about how I'm going to keep the car charged.
Yeah. I don't know, because I've looked into the EV stuff a decent amount. I know the biggest thing they're pushing for is, like efficiency and speed in the charging.
Yeah.
And a lot of the range stuff is a little bit tapped out. Like they're probably never going to make, I don't say never, because hundreds of years, who knows, but like a 500 or 1,000 range car is very unlikely. But you might be able to get your 300 range car to 250 range in 10 minutes of charging.
Yeah.
That's like their ultimate goal, I think, with everyone.
That would be like the Apple Watch, the latest ones. You can charge them for overnight in like 10 minutes or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Shit like that. I think because of that, I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm an idiot. But like just how batteries work,
Yeah.
they can't do more than that.
Yeah, the range may tap out at 350, whatever, for a plateau for a particularly long period of time, until they start making batteries smaller and lighter, and so you can put more and more of them in.
But then, who knows? But at that point, hopefully, we just have some fucking bullet trains, and I'm not against that, bro. Just getting rid of cars.
Oh yeah, I'm not against that.
I
either.
like cars. I love cars. I love driving. I love all that. But
if I could go to San Francisco like relatively cheaply, which is not, I mean,
even just speed, we can't even get there. Like, we should be able to get to LA in like 3 or 4 hours on just a fucking skeeter of a train screaming down Highway 5.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a straight shot with no cities in the way.
Yeah.
That's literally how Highway 5 works. So, like, how can we not just mimic that in haul-ass form?
That's a good question. I don't have an answer for it. But
and neither do they, because it's all fucking lobbying and car lobbies, cement lobbyers,
I just
gas station lobbyers.
The Western Europe whole rail infrastructure
they
thing
win.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah, they win.
It's fantastic.
There's no reason us, Mexico, and Canada probably shouldn't have that.
Yeah, we should have started 100 years ago
for sure,
or more, kind of more like they did. I think that's part of the problem, is that we just cars got such an emphasis that we turned our back on all that stuff.
And the independence of a car is cool.
Yeah,
right? You choose your exact fucking route.
Right.
But the convenience factor and then how spread out everything is makes it difficult.
But it comes down to like how much attention are you actually paying to be able to enjoy what you're seeing when you're driving somewhere? And the answer is not much.
Yeah. Some's a West Coast issue too. Because if you live in the Midwest or East Coast, you really can get to like 5 states in a 5-hour drive.
Yeah.
Right? You can go Boston, New York to Atlanta in a day. It's not that crazy. It's just West Coast is so spread out. Take you 9 hours to get to Vegas, 10 hours to get to Portland, which are like the 2 biggest cities around us, or 5 to LA. It's just kind of a bitch. What do we got? Fitness industry. Fuck. So if they overlap, right? So we already gave the fitness industry folks my other wish, right? Because I'm giving it to the whole world.
You're giving confidence to everybody, yeah.
Right? I think that'll fix a lot of the fitness industry.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Because they're just screaming snakes and scammers because they're self-conscious.
Yeah.
Because they have to afford the Rolex and the Lambo, to flex the Rolex and the Lambo, to prove to the world, who they don't even know, that they're valued in some form.
And Photoshop.
Yeah, right. They're doing anything they can.
You're trying to put John Dorsey out of business, is what you're saying?
Literal. And so what would I give them? I would give... Yeah, see, like, I swear to God, confidence would fix it all. Because all the other issues I have, like, I would say I would give them, like, fitness knowledge. But the truth is, if you have so much self-confidence, they tend, not always, I guess self-awareness is what I would gift them. Because then if you're, like, self-aware enough, you know where you sit in the space. You already have the confidence. And then you're not everyone's trying to be a bodybuilder. Not everyone's trying to be a coach. If you don't have the knowledge to be a coach, you're not going to be spreading lies and bullshit. I think with those 2 factors, the industry cleans up a lot. And then, maybe a little bit more welcoming, I guess. I don't know if I can have multiple gifts and I know these are all philosophical gifts rather than like a brand new gym for everybody to train at for free or some shit, or a barbell that's...
I don't think free gyms are a good idea. But
I don't think any of that works, but I think that would help a lot. It's just all egos. I think that the confidence thing fixes all the issues I have with most fucking people.
Okay. I will take that.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Mine, I don't know how it would work, and so it might be a little magical.
Yeah, we got Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. I would like for all of the platforms that contain fitness content to prioritize truth in content.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, it's kind of hand in hand with mine. Yeah, I'm down.
Where if you were an influencer who toes the line of as much science as we can do, as much proven bro science as we can do, as opposed to just making shit up, and
just to sell some shit.
Yeah,
backdoor marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even simplifying it all, like shout out my boy John Schwartz. John's like, and I don't know if he started it, but he's the main one I see posting it. Actually, Matt Ogus posted one too, where they're like, make Instagram like simple again.
Yeah.
And they'll just like post pictures. Or, like Matt Ogus posted his lunch and said, "Remember when I could post this?" And like people cared, or like it was like a thing.
Right.
Where now,
Yeah.
like if you're not doing some fucking crazy transition with light flares and fucking all this shit, then no one gives a fuck about your burrito. But if you do that, your burrito's getting 1 million views with some catchy, trendy song. I was like, dude, like the simplification of it all would be nice too.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's social media, obviously, not just industry. Because social media in general, like, yeah, it's just so complicated and so showy.
my original thought in this category was just fixing the YouTube algorithm so that it performs more like it did from 14 to 16.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so niched out and so fucking political. There's just so many schemes going on with all of it. Yeah, I don't like it either.
So that was just my basic feeling on that. I mean, it used to be a lot easier for good content to rise to the top, and now, like, I don't even know anymore.
Well, like, good content to them now is just replicating what other people are doing. I think that's part of the issue.
And I think that's
Right.
that's true of media
just
in general too.
True,
It's
but
like,
it's just following a like on the dot trend.
right.
That's the only way you win. And you
Yeah.
put like it used to be like I chose the ice cream flavor and I chose the toppings and then we all ate ice cream. So we're all eating ice cream, but mine is my ice cream. And then now it's all we have. We all have the exact same sundae,
Mhm.
and then like you only choose the sprinkles. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the trend is the mass that it's all the exact same, and I'm
Yeah.
barely putting a sprinkle on it. Where back in the day, I'm choosing the ice cream, and I'm choosing the syrup, and I'm choosing the whipped cream, or not. I'm choosing every piece of it, and we're just all dealing with ice cream. But now we got served the exact same fucking McFlurry, and you're putting a cherry on it, and I'm putting sprinkles on it. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
You know, and that's part of the obviously just hitting the algorithm, which I don't want to do. I mean, I want to do, but I don't want to do.
You don't want to have to contort yourself into the
because then it
algorithm.
just lacks all the creativity. You know, you're literally just replicating, and like,
Yeah.
just like being you isn't enough, and like not on some snowflake shit, but like each human, if you're truly yourself, you are different just by nature. So like that should be enough to be entertaining enough,
Mhm.
but we're just not there. Last one, gift for me.
Yeah,
Wild
what your choice, your category. What do you want, or what do you want to give something to?
I don't know. I mean, like selfishly, I would love like I don't all my Instagram's often like these crazy travel places.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to my buddies last night. One of my boys from Waldorf is like traveled the world pretty good, but now he's like a deep sea fisher in Alaska in the summers, and he's traveled a bunch of places. He has a bunch of like crazy stories. And I was like, dude, I've traveled like every single inch of America. Not really, but I've traveled a shit ton of America and like nowhere overseas. He's like, dude, I haven't been anywhere in America, but I've been like all these places. I was like, damn. I think like my Instagram's full of like the igloo looking glass huts in like Iceland where you get to sleep and watch the lights, or the aurora borealis, or like hotels in like I think it's Italy, I don't even know, where your hotel room is in the Mediterranean, so like your wall is fish, you know,
Wow.
or like the Maldives, like the
Yeah.
bungalows over the water. I want like a month of just like the craziest fucking hotels, or like there's one I think it might even be like China for all I know, but like you're a hut, it's like a nice little house, but you're like in a side of a mountain, like a fucking Gimli in Lord of the Rings where he would live. Like I want to do some shit like that just every week somewhere, like the craziest spectacle of hotels.
Okay.
I think that would be cool for my own selfish gift. Maybe
Yeah.
not a wish, but if I get to snap my fingers and be somewhere.
Yeah.
Teleportation, I guess, would be the gift I'd give myself.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's like a little more realistic and a little less philosophical like my other ones.
Yeah. Yeah. If I were to have to pick something for just me, I don't know. Making friends is hard. Like making close friends is really hard. Especially the older you get, the harder it is.
Yeah, and just rare.
and
You
rare.
just,
Yeah.
like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to meet them?
Yeah.
And then when you do meet them, where are you going to go? You're always tired, so I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that that would probably be it. Like just more people that I
Fuck with.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of made some new like social media friends this year that I didn't know, people I probably should have known before, but I didn't know. And they're valuable, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to go the ball game with somebody, it's my options are limited.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I would say.
It's weird how that happens as you get older. Because like I'm tired, but I'm not tired. I was talking to my buddies last night, Henry, and he's like, "Dude, I just don't leave the house. Like, thanks for doing this." I was like, "Bro, I don't leave the house either. It's literally just because my buddy Chris was in town for the first time in the year, and so we went and grabbed a snack. But like, when I'm done, and I just fucking sit on my couch."
Yeah, there's there's a thing called cognitive therapy, and like one of the things that they teach you in cognitive therapy is to not discount the joy or whatever that you would get out of doing something that's kind of out of your pattern.
Yeah.
And I think that
because our brain will go to the negative. Like, damn, because then I'm going to be tired, so I'm not going to do that. It's
Right.
going to cost money, and then it's going to be, I don't want to deal with the rain on the way there. You put all these block holds in front.
And like there's going to be a shit ton of people, and I'll have to talk to somebody I don't know or whatever.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I think that got worse with the pandemic. Although I think that like it sort of split people. It's people who never ever want to go anywhere again, and people who were just dying to get out into the world again.
Now they're going to a concert every night.
Yeah.
How do they think that is true?
So I even if that would be a thing, like not, I wish not for me, but for other people. It's like, just don't discount going out and doing things. It doesn't mean you have to go out and get drunk. It just
right.
Whatever. Just like,
shit. Yeah. I was at a sports bar for 3 hours. I didn't have a single drink.
Yeah.
I just drank a shit ton of water and
which
had a bite of nachos.
I want to tell people also for 2024. Actually, going out and not drinking is pretty easy to do. I mean, I would drink if you want. I don't care. But like,
well, the whole pressure thing is weird too, because like people say that, like, "Oh, I feel pressured." I'm like, well, then like those aren't your friends,
right?
And
exactly.
that again, like, oh, this whole thing is full of like cliche ass stuff, but it's just so true. Like, same thing when you're dieting, like the food pressure, like, oh, you're ordering a salad, Jim. What? Like, get some food. Like, if your real friend, if he's truly your friend, he's not gonna mock your fucking salad. And if he is, you're all on the same page with the joke.
Right.
If you are, you're on the same page with the joke and it's not pressure. But if everyone's actually pressuring you because you ordered grilled chicken at fucking Chick-fil-A and not a milkshake and all that, like, that's not your friend. If any friend is pressuring you to drink when you don't want to drink, not a real friend.
Right.
Like, they don't have your best interest in hand.
Yeah.
They're so stuck up in their own brain that that's a self-conscious shit too.
Right.
Because they're getting drunk because they can't be in a social situation without it,
right?
And then they feel self-conscious that they're hammered drunk and you're sober, so they're trying to shove shots down your throat, so then they feel less bad about themselves. It's all just self-conscious. I already fixed that, Jim. I already fixed your shit.
Yep, you fixed everything. Wish number one was
World
probably the only one we needed.
I swear to God, it would fix so much, and it's impossible, right? Like, even the most confident, hardworking, whoever you guys pop up in your head with that, get self-conscious in certain situations or certain categories, or you put a math problem in front of them, or whatever pops up, something's crushing that person too, and we all deal with it at different levels. But holy fuck, man, if we could just cure that shit, we'd all be chilling.
I'm about it.
All right, dude. 12 days of Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. New episodes Wednesday and Friday, fam. Check it out. 3sb.co. Grab it now. It's going to be gone, guaranteed. Coffee mugs live, hoodies, hoodie sets, tees. We got some sick waffles. I'm rocking the waffle tee right now. Good Company exclusive. Check it out. GoodCompanyApparel.com. GoodCompanyDiscord.com. If you want to check out the Discord and like-minded community, we'll be there. And I'm Silent Mike. I'll see you in the next one.
I am at the Jim McD on all the social media. This show is 50% facts, where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers. 50% Facts is a Spreaker Prime podcast in association with iHeartMedia on the Obscure Celebrity Network. And everybody drive safe, travel safe this week, this Thanksgiving week.